So I want to talk about this right now. We were discussing this on my Twitter, Chris Soriano 12, Instagram, Chris Soriano 12, and I put it on my Facebook page. And SI Live did a great job with an article about this. So there have been 18 overdoses, 18 heroin overdoses in Staten Island since February. 18 overdoses and 4 saves. So there could have been 22. 18 heroin overdoses. And, you know, I haven't had a good friend lost to an overdose of any of any drug. And I've known people that have overdosed and they've died. A guy that I knew through baseball, great guy that I knew, Adam Hunt, unfortunately passed. And that was rough because Adam was going to be on my team that year. And, we were discussing stuff about the season and we were very excited. I had always played and coached against him. And, he was on the team. And next thing you know, I'm getting a call that he's not with us no more. And I've seen a lot of people from my junior high school die of overdoses. And at what point are we as a borough going to say, all right, enough's enough? Are we going to let this number just continue to climb and climb and climb and climb and climb? We have to do something about this. And if you do drugs, if you do this, just think about what you're doing. And the whole borough as a whole needs to wake up to this. Because this is a very serious issue. And I know we are in the middle of a... We just had the presidential primaries yesterday, and we're in the middle of a presidential election. And we have all this other stuff going on. People like to talk about climate change. People like to talk about this. And Staten Island as a whole needs to wake up here. Because we are losing people of this borough at a rapid pace. And it could be prevented. But we have to band together here. I am tired of waking up and reading the Staten Island Advance and reading SILab.com and seeing that somebody else has died of an overdose. Seeing that a father or a mother has lost a daughter or a son. Or someone has lost a brother or a sister, or they've lost a mother or a father or an aunt or an uncle, or a best friend or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a husband or a wife. Does that mean anything to anybody? When are we going to wake up? When are we going to call attention to this? Well, guess what? I'm calling attention to it. On my podcast right now, I'm calling attention to it. And I've called attention to it on my podcast for a year and a half now. Really, since we lost Adam, and I remember I spoke to the team at that practice the next day. And I was on my radio show and podcast talking about what we could do to stop this. And I want all of you out there that are listening to this on the podcast or watching on it, we have a serious problem. And if you know, if you are somebody, and you know right now from watching, and you're watching this video right now, and you know that someone that you know, someone out there has a heroin problem, has a problem, stop what you're doing right now. And even stop watching this video. And go help them. Go make them get help. Because if we just sit back and we don't do anything, we are going to keep seeing people in Staten Island die. And I don't want to see that anymore. I don't want to see anybody else lost. Listen, death is death. Everybody dies, unfortunately. That's the way it goes. That's the way life is. But seeing people at 18, 19, early 20s, my age, a little bit older than me, dying of heroin overdoses, it troubles me. And I know I've read about, getting a call center on Staten Island and a help center. We need something like that. But you yourself can do something. You yourself. If you have a friend, if your boyfriend or girlfriend have this problem, you can't be afraid. I've known people that their boyfriends or their girlfriends have had the problem, but they don't want to bring it up because they don't want to affect the relationship by bringing up a touchy subject. No, you have to, because tomorrow he or she may not be there. You have to do something. We have to do something as Staten Islanders. We have to band together. We have to do something. We have to stop the heroin overdose in Staten Island. And it's an epidemic everywhere. I've known people, someone commented on my Facebook when I posted this article, this great article that SI Live wrote, pointing out this problem. And it's in Pennsylvania. It's a big problem. It's everywhere. But one day I know that I'm going to have a family. I know that. And when I'm worried about raising my kids in a place where I grew up in, that's sad. And we have to do something about this. We have to do something about this. I know one day I will be a father and I will have a family. And right now, I'm worried about raising my kids in Staten Island. It worries the fuck out of me. And nobody should have that fear. And we have to stop it. And we have to do something. And again, listen, if this video educates you a bit or gets you saying, you know what, maybe I should do something. If the SI Live article that was written yesterday gets you thinking and saying, hey, maybe I should help somebody that I know, then you know what? Then I've done my job. Then SI Live's done their job, because we can't stand it anymore. I'm sure SI Live is getting sick of about writing obituaries almost on a daily basis of young people, of just people in general, dying of this. And I don't like talking about it. But we have to talk about it. Because if you just sit here and you don't talk about it, and we talk about the Kardashians, and we talk about, Donald Trump said this, or, Clinton said that, or Ted Cruz said this, or Kanye West is thinking this, then it's not going to change. Priorities, folks. Priorities. Priorities. Making a twerk video on Instagram to the tune of Rihanna's work is not a priority. Taking, just valuable time out of your day and wasting it. That shouldn't be a priority. The priority should be helping the community. And if you know somebody, if you know somebody that knows somebody, do something about this. Help them. Staten Island got hit by Sandy and hit pretty hard. And I think that we overcame it. This heroin overdose that we have right now, it is killing us. It is killing our borough. And we have to do something about it. And we have to rise up. Just like we did when that hurricane hit us. Well, this is moving faster than a hurricane, folks. People are dying at a rapid pace in our borough. And we must stop it. And we must rise up. Like the Staten Islanders that I know we can be. Please. I don't want to have to, be thinking I'm going to be spending a summer with a guy, coaching him on a baseball team, and he's dead. I don't want to get that call anymore. So please, let's stop it. Let's get together and stop this. And if there's anybody that is having benefit shows or benefit, I'm happy to bring you on my podcast. We'll sit down. We'll bring the camera. We'll record an interview. We'll get you on the phone here. We'll record an interview. Because we have to bring awareness to this. We have to come together. It's the only way. Because if no one's talking, if I'm not talking about it, if SI Live is not talking about it, if people aren't bringing stuff up on Facebook, and I see a lot of bright people that share stuff every day. And if those people aren't talking about it, then who is? We need more people like that. Come together. Back after this Soriana podcast.